guys interested in tea, Chinese tea, you can drink different type and compare their flavors. Okay.
Lao Xin, which one is tasty?
I like green tea and oolong tea, and also green tea, because they tasted have I cannot tell you which one is the best, but maybe you can find one of the best flavor you are suited. Okay, so that's why I say that's why I'm to try even in one category, even in one kind of black tea, they are different. That okay.
I drink green tea.
Green tea.
Yeah.
Okay. It can refresh your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's continue. Okay. Okay. To make tea and how to sample tea is important part in this class. Okay. There are 7 elements of making tea. Okay. Beside the 7 official steps, we need to prepare tea sets and water warm pots and cups. And then the first step, appreciate the dry leaf. Okay, just like I show you, you need to observe the color, the shape, the size, and the appearance of the tea leaves. Okay, and the step 2, choose the type of water. As I have said, the sky water, the earth water, and the processed water. Okay. Did you remember which one is the best for making tea?
I think rainwater.
Rainwater? No.
No, water from the mountain.
Water from the spring. Yeah. Yeah. Water from the spring is the best.
Rainwater.
Okay, and then we need to choose the proper tea utensils. As I have said, for making different kind of tea, we need to use different kind of tea utensils. Okay, and the fourth is control the quality of tea leaves, because if it's too much, it will make your make the tea tasty very thick. Okay, not fresh. Okay, and the fifth one is control the water temperature. I have told you guys that to make different kind of tea, you need to control the different water temperature. Okay, and the sixth one is control the time of serving tea. 就是that's how much time should the tea leaves be immersed. Okay, and the last one is have a taste. Okay. And this picture is showing how to brew in black tea with children. Step 1, warming cups. Step 2, setting tea. And step 3 and 4, washing tea. Do you guys know what's washing tea?
No, Lao Xin.
Okay. For example, this. Okay. Wait a moment. For some kind of tea, the first time you pour water in your tea, you don't need to drink that cup. You need to pour it out, and the second time when you in tea leaves for the second time, you can drink. It's for the purpose to some unclear things. Okay. And 5 is dividing tea. There's one tea utensils called okay, sample tea. Okay. And here's some tea etiquette. It's quite practical to use. Okay, you know, China has a custom of serving guests with tea, and serving a cup of tea is more than politeness. It's a symbol of togetherness, a sharing of something enjoyable, and a way of showing respect to guests. So here's the sequence of tea serving, and always following the rules as below. Guests first, and then the host. The guest of the owner first, and then the second main guest. And the lady first, and then gentleman. And the fourth is elder first, and then the younger. Okay. And while serving tea, you should do the gesture 举案齐眉 to show your respect to your guests. Okay. Here's a video clip about the gesture 举案齐眉 to I will show you. Okay. Wait. Wait 2 minutes. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
来无一物，何处惹尘埃？菩提本无树，明镜亦非台。本来无一物，何处惹尘埃？
Okay. Did you see this gesture? It's put the cup equal to your eyes and your eyebrow, and then give the cups to your guests. This is just the gesture called 举案齐眉. Okay. 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 And here are some other etiquettes the host need to follow. For example, you need to keep the environment clean, peaceful, and poetic. And pay attention to that. There are some rules of seats. A seat next to the left side of tea specialist is the most important seat. And avoid of being seated just in front of the specialist. And you should not ask for the you should ask for the preference of the guest before making tea, and that means you need to prepare at least 3 kind of tea list for your guest to choose. Okay. And the water should not be too hot or scald the guest. Okay? And when you pour tea, the rule of 4 cups for wine and half cup for tea 满酒浅茶 should be observed, and customs indicate that a host will only fill a teacup to 7/10 of its capacity, because it's said that the other 3/10 will be filled with friendship and affection. In Chinese, we call it 茶到七分满，留有三分情. Okay? Remember this? Fill a teacup to 7/10 of its capacity and leaving the 3/10 aside. Okay? And while pulling water in tea leaves, the teapot will held up and down regularly for 3 times. It's called 3 noddings of phoenix. In Chinese, we call it 凤凰三点头, which means to show your respect to your guests. Okay. And moreover, make sure that the spout of teapot is not facing anyone. And the proper way is to direct it outwards from the table. Okay. And if there are 3 guests, the cups should not be lie in one line, because if you lined it in one line, it means you present this tea to the death. Okay. Okay. And if you are the guest, here are also some etiquettes for you to follow. The way of holding the cup is called the 3 dragons guarding the teapot. In Chinese, we call it 三龙护顶, which is steady and looks graceful, like this gesture. If you have the cups in your hands, you can try to do this gesture. Use 2 fingers to hold the cups, and then use your middle finger to hold the bottom of the cups. This gesture, have you seen that? This gesture called 三龙护顶. And when you drink the tea, you can put like this way. Okay, you use this facing the host. Okay. Okay.
Laoshi, how is the taste?
It's empty. So it has
It's
no.
empty.
Okay.
I thought you just drinking tea, Laoshi.
Okay. Have you learned this gesture? Get it?
Yeah, Laoshi.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay, good. And also, if you are a guest, you need to express thanks for the hosts who are serving you. So, how to express thanks for the host? Did you know that?
No.
No? Okay, good. Use your fingers. So how to? I will show you a video and then you can know some of them. Okay. Oh, okay. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Hi there, this is Emily. Welcome to my channel. Treating your guests with a cup of good tea has been a tradition existing for thousands of years, and I believe you tried all kinds of teas, but to serve and to drink tea properly, you may need to learn some basic tea etiquettes. So in this video, we're gonna talk about very basic and important tea drinking etiquette. So number one, do not serve your guests with the first sip. For the first sip, some of the teas may contain the chemicals or pesticides. So always rinse your teas, except for some very high quality organic teas. So for the first sip, I will just pour the tea liquor out.
This step is what we call the 洗茶, washing the tea. Okay.
Get it away. And number two, do not fill your teacups very much, because we all know that tea liquid is quite hot, except some iced tea. So always remember to leave some little gaps here so that your guests' hands or fingers will not get burned.
Do you guys remember what I have mentioned? Just fill the teacups with 7/10 of the capacity and leave the 3/10 aside, because Chinese saying goes like that. You can fill the left 3/10 with your friendship. 茶到7分满，留有3分情。Okay.
So this is our second step. Number three, seniors come first. So in Chinese culture, we respect the seniors very much. So for the second step that is ready to serve the guests, we usually serve the seniors first, and then the relatively younger, and then finally the youngest. For the second step, we may serve the tea guests either from the left to right or from right to the left. And number four, always serve the guests first and then finally the host or hostess. That's a way to show the host or hostess.
Did you guys notice the spout of the hot pot? Did you remember that we should not let the spout of the teapot facing anyone? Did you see this direction? Okay.
Hospitality to the tea guests. Number five, use your gestures to say thank you to the tea host.
Here comes.
Or tea hostess. This originated from a very interesting story back in Qing Dynasty. It's said that Emperor Qianlong likes to disguise himself as a commoner and travel around the country, especially in Zhejiang and Jiangsu province. One day, when he was traveling in Zhejiang or Jiangsu province, he was drinking tea with his ministers, and he just took the teapot and served the ministers with the teas. Usually for such a great honor, the ministers usually need to kneel down to get their knees down and kowtow for this great honor and express their gratitude to the emperor. But for such situation, in order to protect the emperor's disguise, kowtow obviously doesn't work. So one of the ministers came out an idea and just bent his four fingers and made a knuckle and knocked the table, meaning that kowtow or saying thank you to the emperor. So since after that time, people in China started to use the fingers to say thank you to the tea house. And there are three ways to say thank you. If the tea host or hostess has the similar age with you, you just use the fingertip of the middle finger and the index finger, just like this, meaning thank you. And if the tea host or hostess is much younger than you just use one finger, this index finger's tip, to say thank you. And if the tea host or tea hostess is much senior than you, you need to bend your fingers and make a knuckle and knock like this to say thank you. Number 6.
Did you get that? How to express your thanks to the host or the hostess?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
If you are drinking tea, you'd better drink and put down the teacups gently so that you don't make any noise, because making noise like this is a symbol of unfriendliness to the tea guests or the tea host or hostess. Number 7, if you have new guests to come and join your tea table, make sure you replace the old tea with the new tea leaves to show your hospitality or respect to the new tea guests. Number 8, if the flavor of the tea liquor is fading away and the tea host or hostess is not adding more new tea leaves into the teapot, that is a sign for the guests to leave. So just now I've mentioned 8 tea etiquettes, but the most common or the most commonly used tea etiquettes are the one, always remember to serve the tea guests first and finally the tea hostess or host. And number 2, use your fingers to say thank you. This is the most commonly used. Tea drinking is a very elegant and sophisticated art. It's not only about tea leaves or tea liquor tasting. There's also a huge tea culture behind it. So if you enjoy this video and want to learn more.
Okay, so from this video, I think you guys can learn some practical etiquette for in your future drinking tea. Okay. Especially you need to learn how to express thanks to the host with your fingers. Okay, it's important in your social life. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's continue. Okay. As we have learned how to make tea and some practical Chinese tea etiquettes, and here we will learn some knowledge about how to sample tea. There are 4 steps. The first one is observe. The second one is smell, and the third one is taste. And the last one is sour aftertaste. Step 1, observe. Observe the dry leaf. It means you need observe the color, shape, size, and the appearance of the leaf, the tea leaf. And secondly, you need to observe the liquid. And the third one is to observe the breathed tea leaves. Okay, and in Chinese we call it 一看干茶，二看汤色，三看叶底。Okay, and then step 2, smell. Smell before brewing. Okay, and then smell in brewing, and smell after brewing, which means smell the fragrance left on the tea cover and the tea bottom. Okay. And step 3 is taste. Firstly, you need to taste the duration of the heating. Okay. And secondly, you need to taste the flavor. let the tea water flowing in the mouth and experience sufficiently feelings that the tea brings to different organs so that you can tell different characteristics. Okay. And thirdly, after having experienced the taste of tea, aftertaste, the legion charm left in the mouth. Okay. And step 4 is sour aftertaste. Firstly, use the root of tongue to aftertaste the sweetness of the liquid. And secondly, use the teeth to check the aftertaste of the liquid's fragrance. And thirdly, experience continuous freshness in the throat. Okay. And here are some stories about teas. Actually, there are so many stories about Chinese tea. Here, I just choose 2 of them to share with you. The first one is drinking tea instead of wine. The story goes like this. You can take 1 minute to quickly go through this. It's a story in three kingdoms. Did you finish it reading? Guys, did you finish reading?
叶老师，
Okay. I have remembered. Did you guys remember that in the last class there are there's one student asked in our group if he can't drink wine, how can he do, right? I suggest him that to show his attitude first and then say I can drink tea instead of wine. Okay. Did you remember that? So this is the origin of drinking tea instead of wine here. Okay. So if you can't drinking wine, you can say to the host, I can drink tea instead of wine to show my respect. Okay. And here's another story. It's called Go and Drink Some Tea, 吃茶去. Okay. And this one is the most classical tea story. Okay. And it shows that different people have their own understanding on the same thing. So that's called gentile integration. Okay. And as Chinese tea is so popular in ancient times, there are many literatures and arts conveying Chinese tea culture in them. Among them, the book of A Jane of Red Mansions is representative, which is full of tea fragrance. For example, in these books, some kinds of tea are mentioned. Okay. And some tea etiquettes are showed. Okay. This is a Miao Yu, and she's serving tea. Okay. There are some words said by Miao Yu. Drinking 1 cup of tea, you can grace to oppression tea. And drinking 2, you are an idol because you are thirst. And drinking 3 or more, you are not better than beast, which drinking without tasting. Okay. And here are some tea etiquettes are presented in these books. Okay. Very beautiful tea utensils. And also, there are some tea customs are described in the in this book. For example, daily drinking tea. For example, tea before the banquet, a special tea house, and drinking pu'er tea after a dinner to help digest. Okay. And gargle tea. Okay. And to use tea to the tea in the marriage. Okay. And serve tea for the bath. Okay. And serve our friends with tea. And gift tea to friends. Okay. And generally speaking, the masterpiece of a gem of red Mexican is full of tea flavor. And here are other customs in Chinese tea. As tea can only propagate by seeds, and the tea trees cannot be transparent once they are planted. So most of base-roll gifts for ancient Chinese marriage were tea. You can see this picture. And the birth-roll gifts were also called tea gifts, 茶礼. So before marriage, a bridegroom's family would conduct the tea gift giving, and the bride's family tea gift accepting. You can notice there are double 喜, double happiness in this tea. Okay, this is a kind of impressed tea. Okay. And here's an interesting one for the purple sand pot, 紫砂壶. There's a saying goes, one pot for one kind of tea, one life to love only one person. Okay, in Chinese we call it 一壶泡一茶，一生爱一人. That means if you love someone, you can send a purple sand pot to as a gift to show your love, because you promise you will love him or her for your whole life. Okay. And this one is also interesting. Ancient Chinese culture also had some influence on other aspects of Chinese culture. For example, in the Tang Dynasty, the word of cha was given a special meaning and it became a complimentary name for girls. Little girls were called little cha or cha cha. But nowadays, 绿茶, green tea, is used to describe the kind of girls who is very hypocritical. So never ever use 绿茶 to describe people now, to describe girls nowadays. Okay. Okay, that's all for all the contents for today. And if you are interested in Chinese tea culture, you can search this professor for more information. Professor Qiu Guixi is a director of Chinese Tea Culture Promotion Research Institute, and he gave me a lot of support in preparing this course. Okay, here's your homework. Okay, First, please pay attention to the deadline. Okay, you have nearly, I think you have 9 days to prepare.
Nearly 9 days.
Yeah, 9 days to prepare your midterm project. And what's the midterm project? I will show you. Okay.
Dashi, what will happen to my homework that I gave yesterday?
Wait a minute, I will show you the midterm assignment. Wait a minute. Oh.
Sorry about tick.
I'll show you. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh. Can you see this clearly?
Yes, Laoshi.
Yellow, sure.
Yellow.
Okay,
Yeah,
this,
Laoshi.
this one is the
You can see it
guidance, the
properly.
midterm guidance. Okay, this is the assignment. Based on what we have learned in this course, please list some differences and similarities between a certain topic in Chinese culture and the responding culture of your home country. And by comparison of different cultures, what's your opinion on culture differences and similarity? And in this midterm project, you are required to write at least 600 words to state your opinion. Pay attention to that. Some topics for your reference: cuisine and cooking, preference for numbers or colors, handwriting or calligraphy, etc. You are free to choose to pick your own favorite topic as long as it's covered in our previous classes. Okay. And here are some notes. First one, all reference must be listed clear at the end of project. Okay. The source of quote and cite should be labeled, and any commitment of the act of cheating, lying, and deceit in any form is regarded as academic or dishonesty and will not be tolerant. If you did it, you will get 0 point in your midterm assignment. Okay. And the submit work the second one is the submitted work should be in Word format with no errors, and the grammatical correction should be made prior to submission of assignment. And the third one is the most important one. Do submit your midterm project to your teacher email before the deadline, okay? Because I need some time to record your points into the system. 8 a.m. Pay attention to that. a.m. Okay, 8 a.m. November 19. And any delay will be considered as a failure of your midterm project. The most important part, the score of your midterm project takes 15% of your final one in this course. Okay. And the last one is filling enriched length will lead to deduction in point. Okay. I will show you the answer sheet. Okay.
Laoshi, can you describe again about quotient?
Don't worry, I will send the guidance in the group after class. Okay.
老师,
Mm-hmm.
so it is like an essay, yes?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
So
Okay.
will you write in one topic? Am I right, Laoshi?
One topic. Just
No,
one topic.
overall idea about all the all the classes. Overall idea.
One topic, right?
What you learned during the course.
Okay. Wait a second. I will answer the question later. And here I will show you the answer sheet. Okay. Remember, you need to write your major here. Write your major here. Your full name. Okay. Full name here. Your student ID here. Okay. These three blanket parts you need to fill in your personal information. And you need to write your answer in this part. Okay, in this part. And write your reference in this part. Okay.
What is the meaning of reference?
Reference means if you want to quote someone's speaking or someone's sentence, someone's comments, you need to write here.
Okay, Laoshi.
Okay.
Okay, that's mean if we take any sentences or any idea from internet or Google, then we need to quote that. I mean, give the reference.
Yes. Okay.
Can we
actually
take a website?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you here. Okay, I will ask the
Laoshi, I have a question, Laoshi.
Okay. Please ask.
Laoshi, will it be okay to write more than 600? Yeah, I don't know, 600 words. Will it be okay?
Of course you can. Of course you
Oh, yeah, Laoshi, it's pretty hard to cover all the topics within 600
no,
words. So we have to go.
Not all the topics.
Not
You have
all
to
topics.
one.
Just choose one topic to make the comparison. One topic. Okay.
Oh, I have to choose only one particular topic. And I have
Yeah.
to write. Yeah.
There are some topics like cuisine, cooking, colors, handwriting, calligraphy. Am I right, Laoshi?
Hassan, if you have
We have go through 7 topics here, so you can choose any of these 7.
Can you recommend what topic is it, Laoshi? Can you clear us?
Rajiv, Laoshi showed us the topics here. Our previous class topics. You can pick one.
Yes, Rahid, you get it.
老师,
Alex.
What about the font, the size, and the placement of images on essay? I don't see anything about it here.
Image.
We can add images.
If we need to do that, and what is the size of the font, and what font it should be, like New Times Roman, or Calibri, or anything else, or it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. And the size of the font, if it's 14, 16, 20, it doesn't matter too. Okay.
Laoshi, can we add images?
Of course you can. Of course you can. You can put some design elements in your midterm project. Try to make it more beautiful.
Okay, Laoshi.
Okay.
Laoshi, will you write it in Microsoft Word or handwriting?
Of course, Microsoft. I will give you the answer.
You will die if you write by hand.
And I think Grace have sent a good example for you guys to present your project. Yeah, and you can try everything methods to make your homework, make your midterm project more beautiful, but in the answer sheet. Okay.
Yeah. Can we add any kind of pictures on notebook?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Laoshi.
So any other questions? Oh, no, you can send me in WeChat. Okay. For radio, you can send your final project, your midterm project in WeChat to me, because
Laoshi, he's asking that
mailbox to record. Okay.
I think Laoshi Faizul is asking to send us the file and the PDF in WeChat. I think he's not asking about sending his homework or midterm project in WeChat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get your idea.
Laushi, please send us the answer script in WeChat.
Answer script and the
Answer
conditions on WeChat.
And the conditions of the midterm project.
Okay. I will. Don't worry.
Okay, Laushi, okay.
Rajiv, you will teach who a lesson when you come to Shanghai?
It is Said Laushi.
Okay.
Alamin.
Okay. Did you have any question? Any other questions? No?
Do you have homework, Lashi?
Okay.
Lashi, if we copy from internet, so what will be happening next?
You will die, bro.
Lashi already told us that
you have 9 days. Yeah, you have 9 days to do that.
you have to give reference if you copy from internet, or else you will get A+ on.
Consider
You will get 0 points.
Laushi got it.
Rajiv, you can copy paste the whole midterm assignment from Wikipedia.
You are helping me. I guess you are expert on that.
Yeah,
Laushi, keep on your mind who is expert, and you have to check again and again. From Zahid.
Let me say that do not copy others. Okay, we will use some system to test whether you
Rajiv, do you have any other question?
copy from others. Okay.
Rajiv, Said is waiting for your other question.
I'm looking personally for question, brother.
No. We wanna hear it also.
No other question. That's all for today. Okay.
Yeah, Laushi doesn't allow.
Maybe Rajiv have some.
Lashi, do you have any specific homework?
No, we don't have any specific homework.
Lashi, how are you?
It's the midterm.
We have only
Guys,
midterm project,
could you
not homework. I think this is assignment like easy.
Laushi, is there any classes before 19 November for culture?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we have to take our preparation
Next
for
course,
midterm exam.
I like.
But there will be one more homework.
We have to take preparation for midterm exam.
Next week we have no homework, but we have class. But you have 9 days to prepare your midterm project. Am I make it clear?
Okay, Laushi.
Yeah, Laushi, got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Laushi.
So you can
Got
leave
it.
now. That's all for today. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Laushi.
Rajiv, you don't have any other question?
I will teach everyone a lesson, brother. When